We're live. We did it. Let's
Awesome.
get this
Hello,
started.
everybody.
It is I, the real Randy Chavez. Shouting out Jordan Riz here. Is it Reese or Rise? Reese?
Jordan Riz. My full name's actually Riz Scala.
Hmm.
But like my mum's side, she always called me Riz because
Hmm.
she didn't want me using my full name Riz Scala when I was younger. Because 20, 30 years ago when I was at school, so Arabs and stuff were a little bit picked on.
Yeah.
And I in Australia, but it's fine now. But yeah, back then she wanted me to just sort of go by Riz. So Jordan Riz is what I sort of stick to, just RIZ. But yeah, you can
So,
call me whatever. My old sensei used to call me, say, Jordan Ritz, come to the class, Ritz. Really funny.
so did are you first generation? Like you immigrated, or
Yeah, I
you're?
was born here, but my dad's from Jordan, the country Jordan, and that's what I was named after. And then my mum's from England, so I'm like very mixed. So my mum was born in England and came here. My dad was born in Jordan and came here. So they're both. So I'm
Okay.
the first generation Australian, I guess.
That's born. Yeah. Okay. Wow. So you had the and we said when you grow. Did you ever leave? Did you ever like go back and visit home countries of your parents, like
Nah,
England? Oh,
nothing really. I've just been all around Australia and around like the Pacific Islands and New Zealand, but I haven't really traveled that much yet. I really want to set myself up financially first, and so yeah, been working in that for a number of years now, and I got the wife and kids and everything going, the house, the car now, and so yeah, we've just been working on that, and we really do want we like going cruises. I've been a lot of cruises
I
before.
love
Have you done
cruises.
one before?
I've done a bunch before. They're
Oh
great.
man, they're so much fun. Like it's just you go there and they do everything for you, and you just go whenever you like, and there's food and
Oh,
entertainment, and and they make your bed. Like it's so lazy, but you come back to real life, you're like, I gotta make food again now.
oh,
It's so
dude,
difficult.
you gain so much weight on cruises because
Yeah,
you can drink through every meal and there's free pizza like every
yeah,
20
yeah.
minutes. And it's like, oh, it's
Did
the
you go? Did
greatest.
you go like P&O cruise? Because I think that's American as well, right? The Princess cruises.
I've done Royal Princess,
Yep, yep.
Caribbean, and it's like something else.
Yeah, so I
I've
think
done.
Princess Cruises, I think they do American and Australian ones, so probably very similar. They have 24/7 room service for free,
Oh,
for free. So you can just call up 3 a.m. in the morning. I want some chips delivered to my room, and they just bring it to you. It's just stupid. Like yeah, it's just unlimited food.
it's amazing. My friend Justin, he's on the podcast a lot. Justin Apple Pie. He's a big Disney guy. He was working for an Alaskan cruise line, and he said like that I don't know if it was him or other people like get a list of like, oh, you have a drink card, so we can make you drinks for free, and other people just be like, hey, I'll give you like an extra $50 on the side. Just give me some of that. He's like, yeah, sure, give
I've
me
heard
50.
that happens. Yeah, I've heard that
Yeah,
happens. That'd be awesome.
it makes so much money.
I actually stopped drinking. I don't drink alcohol anymore. So
Oh, good for you.
about 7 years sober or something like that. For a
I'm
number of
like
years.
a 10 days, 2 weeks over, something like that.
Yeah,
I just
I
got
used to
sick.
drink a lot. Yeah,
Yeah,
I used to go a bit too crazy, but I had a lot of health issues, so I've really cleaned up my diet.
good.
Also
Good for you.
also vegan as well for
Oh,
7 years, I think. Yeah, 7 years vegan. Similar time, I guess, to when I stopped alcohol.
yeah.
And
You did a quick 180, like a big
yeah, it
180.
was it was pretty extreme because I used to just eat everything, a lot of junk food and stuff. I was lucky, like my metabolism's super fast. It's
Yeah.
never put on any weight or anything. But yeah, I went full vegan and like I have a lot of shakes and juice and stuff now and not really clean diet overall. I still have like vegan chocolate and stuff, but
Oh,
mostly
cool.
compared to what I had before, it's very clean.
Yeah. So you said that you wanted to have your finances in order first before you really started to travel, and it
Yep.
seemed
And
like,
then COVID happened.
yeah, it seems like before, even before OMI, you had like a job well done. Like you said Tesla stock, you had, you have a house, you have a family, and like you don't just get 100 million OMI with a small amount of money.
Yeah, yeah. It
Even
took
at
took
like
a
now
while.
levels, it costs you about $250,000
Yeah,
to get what even just 100. And you have, I think, slightly over that.
yeah, yeah.
So
It took
the
took a while.
what did you do? What do you do as a career, or how did you make
So
most of your money?
I started in IT about 10 years ago, just doing like as an IT manager. And but my boss is he's really progressive and he really like quick at learning things, and he always made money online, and he showed me the value of it. He used to make $12,000 a day just from like buying and flipping domains, and yeah, like buying domains, and used to just run ads. Like used to have buy a domain that was someone else's old domain they let go. He'd pick them
Yeah.
up and just throw ads up, and he'd be making $12,000 a day just from ads. And so I knew
Oh,
you can make money
God.
online. And so I was just doing I was just an IT guy
Yeah.
doing support and stuff. And it really opened my eyes. And as soon as I could, I sort of quit my day job and went and started working for myself. I did a bit of SEO, and which is getting search engine optimization, getting people ranking on top of Google. And I only just had a few clients, and then I also did computer repairs. And so I started my business as doing computer repairs for like quite a number of years. And I slowly built that business up. But I sort of hit a ceiling in PC repairs. I couldn't get it past like 50, 60,000 a year,
Yeah.
without like stressing out, because you got to deal with a ton of people like always calling up. There's all these jobs. Like PC repairs is basically every single person's problem you got to fix. And
Oh,
so I was doing okay with that. Like money wise, we my wife and I managed to buy a house, and we got in the right time. It was really cheap. Um, but like I just wasn't making the money I wanted. So I started going and looking at ways to make money online. And I remember what my old boss was doing, like crazy money. He also mined Bitcoin. He bought this is like 2012, 2011. He was mining crazy amounts of Bitcoin. He bought super industrial like level Bitcoin miners. And you know what they did, right? He bought them in China, and the people he bought off, they actually they used his miners for like 6 months before they shipped them to him. And so
oh,
Bitcoin had gone like through like multiple stages of difficulty, and so he lost out massive. He sued them, and they had to pay him out in Bitcoin. So this is when Bitcoin was worth nothing, right? So I don't know what my old boss is worth now, but be a lot of money. Probably in the hundreds of millions of dollars.
that's amazing.
But yeah, he opened my mind a lot. So I was actually mining Bitcoin around the same time he was, but just on some little computer setup. It was a
Yeah.
couple of years later. I think 2014, I was mining some Bitcoin. So I was trying to do that. I had a whole bunch of websites. I was trying to make money of those, and yeah, I ran into Amazon. And once I found Amazon, I didn't really look back, and I went full throttle on that and put all the money I had invested while I was still doing PC repairs every day. I was doing Amazon as well, and that took a number of years. And I had products that did really well. I did like $16,000 a month in 1 month, but that was revenue, and the actual profit was much lower.
Yeah.
And I actually went through so many different products before I got ones that would stay and stick. And now I've just got 5 or 6 kids products that I run on Amazon, and that's making me really good income.
And for the people
Um,
that don't know, it's not the stock. It's you have
yes, yeah,
like
yeah.
a warehouse. You go and
That's right. Yeah. So
you, you,
Amazon provide everything. I'm doing Amazon FBA, which is fulfillment by Amazon. So I get stuff made in China, like my own designs and stuff made with a manufacturer in China. They send it over to Amazon in USA into the warehouses. So I'm actually selling in your country. Um, so I'm selling in America. Yeah, without ever being there. And
that's
it
so
goes into
cool.
their warehouses, and Amazon will. I make my own listings on Amazon's website. They bring all the traffic, and they
Yeah,
ship out all my products to the people
it's
that
amazing.
want them. And then you get reviews, and you build up sort of sales history and stuff.
Yeah,
And there's like a certain ranking you get at Amazon, and um, if you run out of stock, like during COVID, it was awful because you couldn't get anything across the ocean. Like
yeah,
I had stuff sitting there for 3 4 months, and I ran out of stock. And so what happens is your rank drops off as soon as your sales drop off. So by the time I get my stock back in there, my product's sitting there like dead in the water. It's like not doing anything. So then
yeah.
you have to run extra advertising and Facebook ads and all sorts of things to sort of pump it up again. So but Amazon's my main sort of bread and butter now. I also have an SEO business where I get people ranking on Google. So, same thing I did when I originally quit my job, but
Yeah.
I've got a number of a few more clients, and I've got a few really big clients,
Cool.
whale clients, which I do everything. I still do computer repairs for them as well. It's my only PC repair client because I didn't want to keep doing computer repairs, so I transitioned out of that as SEO and Amazon ramped up. And so now I've got a very solid sort of 2 incomes, and my third income is, well, sort of way of making money is investing. And so I started buying Bitcoin. I bought it when it was about $10,000 or 8,000 US, I think, around 11,000 Australian dollars.
Yeah.
And I was watching the chart, and that's right. I think it was October, November, just before it popped off, and it
Yeah.
just flew up. November, December, hit to 30,000 in January, and went to like I don't know. It eventually topped out about 80 to 90,000 Australian dollars per Bitcoin. So,
It's
but
amazing.
I sold out as soon as I saw OMI. I sold a lot of it out and bought a bit of OMI at the very top. I got OMI, I think it was in February. You know that big pump up? I
Yeah,
sort
it's
of
like a
bought
penny,
a
over
little
a
bit on the
penny.
way of the pump up, and then very close to top, but like a little bit further down. I think it was like 001 around there,
Yeah.
007 and 008. And I just kept buying it all the way down. I kept selling. I had a whole bunch of cryptocurrencies. I had like ADA, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and I had a few others. I did way too much trading of cryptocurrencies. I didn't know what I was doing that much. I just started investing sort of in 2010. Sorry,
Mhm.
2020, I started investing. That's when I got the Bitcoin. I also got Tesla stock as well. I held the Tesla stock for quite a while, but I saw OMI drop and I had to sell the Tesla stock to get some more.
Okay,
Um,
so when the clock's back like a year and you have Tesla stock, you have Bitcoin, you have all these other cryptos, why go and take your diversified self and
yeah,
undiversify yourself into
yeah,
OMI?
yeah. It seems
Okay.
silly, doesn't it, sometimes? But I
But I did the
really
same thing. I'm just
believe in.
wondering your reason.
Yeah, I really believe in VeVe so much. Like I actually started buying OMI before I got the VeVe app. Like I saw like it's a good idea, and I saw the app, but I didn't really try it. Once I started trying VeVe and really playing with the collectibles, and like my son loves the DeLorean. Do you remember the Back to the Future drop?
Yeah.
Like that drop was epic. Do you remember how difficult it was? I think it was an hour and 20 minutes or something. It got delayed. They had to like delay it back 1 hour. And you
Oh
just sit there
yeah.
and wait for 1 hour. And like this is for me, this is 2 a.m. in the morning. I have to wait till 3 a.m. And I got
Oh
some of my
no.
Australian mates into it too. And they're like, Jordan, what's going on? And so we're all just sitting there waiting. But I got heaps. I think I got 2 or 3 ultra rares off the drop,
Nice.
and a bunch of rares, and the commons. There was like 50,000 of them, so that was like
Yeah,
unlimited.
so much.
Yeah, and they're still worth something now. I think it's at least double or triple. Um,
Yeah.
but
Because they're awful,
once
everything.
yeah, once my son started playing with the DeLorean, I could see him like tangibly, like he was into it. He spent an hour playing the DeLorean. I'm like, wow, he's like 3, 4 years old around then, and he'd loved it. And so I saw, okay, this is going to be massive. Very huge, and that's when I started moving more and more money over to it. But as I saw the price dropping, I sort of waited. I didn't go all in straight away because I saw that it's going to keep dropping down. I
Yeah.
didn't expect it to keep dropping as fast as it did, but I kept buying all the way down. And man, I missed one big buy opportunity when it hit that 0015.
Yeah.
I had $100,000 worth of another token, and I was so close to pulling the trigger and just swapping that straight over to OMI, and
Yeah.
that would have got me a massive bag. I reckon I'd be close to 200 mil, but
Oh
that's
my
okay.
God.
I'm happy with what I've got now, but it would have been awesome to do that. That would have been all in, and that was like I kept this other thing in case. I think I mentioned to you already. I got rug pulled on a different token.
Yeah, tell us about that. Tell us
Yeah,
what like
that was
why you
painful, and
invested into
a lot of
that.
my friends are in that as well. So it's C swap.
Hmm.
If it's card starter is like the team that do they're supposed to do like starter ICOs with tokens, when they very first launch. But it was supposed to be on Ethereum to start with, and then they're going to transition onto the Cardano network, if that makes sense, because
Yeah.
Cardano didn't have smart contracts
Yeah.
back when it started. And so basically new projects start on in CardStarter as a like an incubator, and then they get to eventually moved over to Ethereum, which so from Ethereum to Cardano network, which is happening now. Like that's transitioning now.
Yeah.
But what happens is the team decide they're going to make CSwap is going to be CardSwap DEX, like their own decentralized exchange. And so I was like, awesome. Okay, you can put a whole bunch of your cards liquidity, which is a token for card starter, into this mining pool, and you get CSwap for free,
Yeah.
basically by locking it up. Um, so I got like $100,000 worth of that for free, which was not supposed to be worth anything. It was supposed to be just like a voucher
Yeah.
for the DEX. But then somebody, because it's on Ethereum network, someone just made an Ethereum pool and they put USDT there into it, so you could actually buy and sell it, and it had a price, it had a
Yeah.
value. So it was never supposed to originally have a value. Because it had a value, everyone got excited, and more people kept buying it and pumping up the price. So I could have actually sold that C swap that I mined for free for a huge amount of money.
Yeah.
And
But you kept it
so,
in.
yeah, so I didn't sell that. But what happened was basically more and more people got into it, and then um, I sold a tiny bit of OMI, which I'm really disgraced about doing, and I had other money as well, and I put an extra $100,000 into CSwap. So originally at one point I had $200,000 of CSwap, and then it dropped down. But that's why I say 100,000, because only 100,000 was real. The other half was
Yeah,
mined for
that's true.
free. So 100,000 of my own sort of money I put into it, and then what happened was we're all waiting for. I'll just bring it back a little bit. The card starter team decided, hey, we're not going to make the CardSwap decks anymore. We're going to actually merge with SundaySwap. You've probably heard of SundaySwap?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so SundaySwap DEX was merging with CardSwap. So you no longer had cards. So the C swap token was going to be used in the SundaySwap DEX, and we were going to get some sort of conversion to SundaySwap. And
yeah,
so everyone's like, oh, what's the ratio? We get 2 for 1, we get 1 for 1, whatever it was. And then what happened was there was a deal in place as well, but no one was told the details. It was a little bit sketchy, and I should have known this, but everyone was so keen on it, and it was so much like I could have sold the C swap at any time for a ton of money. So like no one thought we were going to get rug pulled, and then like it was like a day before SundaySwap launched. So one day before SundaySwap launched, where we thought we were going to get they're about to reveal to us what our C swap will be worth as like a conversion ratio, and then they put out this article saying we're just going to get some cards, which is the original token we used to mine it,
yeah,
and instead of getting that, for a start, the cards token had dropped from $80 value down to like $2. So it dropped a ton. I'm
damn.
confusing some of the numbers because some of it's USD and some of it's Australian dollars. But yeah, it dropped down, and
Yeah, that
they
hurt.
basically rug pulled. Yeah, it was pretty harsh. So the liquidity pool that was running, I could have sold on the same day that we found out this information. I could have sold my C swap I had, which originally was at one point was worth $200,000. I could have sold it for 130,000. So still something decent.
Yeah.
But as soon as they dropped this article, the liquidity pool got taken away, so you could no longer trade it.
Man.
And so everybody's reading this article going, what the hell, we're just getting this little cards thing that's worth almost nothing.
Yeah.
And we can't sell CSwap anymore. It's dead. The pool's dead. It's completely dry from liquidity. And
Oh,
so, oh man, everyone was freaking out. And the long story short is basically we will get like some cards, but but the card starter team have actually sued and taken to court the SundaySwap team, because the SundaySwap team tried to change the deal like 2 days before they launched the DEX. Really
damn.
dodgy stuff.
So could
And
you ever
so
get like some value back in it after the lawsuit's over and get some stuff?
yes, yeah. So where the card starter team is fighting for us to get some sort of SundaySwap ratio back. SundaySwap even put out an article like trying to save face, saying, "Oh, card starter didn't give you anything, but we're going to give you this tiny amount of SundaySwap." And
Oh man.
then SundaySwap put a screenshot up showing them trying to renege the deal like 2 days before it,
Yeah.
and that shut Sunday down. Sunday never even gave us what they said they were going to, the SundaySwap tokens. So yeah, it's all pretty dodgy, and we think maybe what happened was some VCs funded SundaySwap and said, "Oh no, don't give them anything. We're going to like take the Sun. We don't know where the SundaySwap tokens went, and so that
Yeah.
might be investigated right now. So they're already halfway through the lawsuit. So if I'm really lucky, eventually I'll get some good SundaySwap tokens out of it, and that might be, I might get my value back. Even
Yeah.
just the cards we're getting, if cards ever went back to its all-time high, I'd get most of my value back. I think I calculated about $150,000. So there's a chance to make my money back and
Yeah.
more. So if everything goes super well over like 2 or 3 years, maybe I'll end up with $400,000 worth.
I mean, at that point, when OMI's like 20 cents, or you said three to
Yeah, I
40.
know. I
Yeah,
know.
like that,
Yep.
and well, although when do you plan on selling? When do you think that you should probably take profit as OMI goes
That's a
up?
good
Three
question.
cents,
Yeah.
10 cents?
I'll probably try and hold out till 10 cents,
Okay.
and I want to take like 10%, and that
Okay.
would be at 10
Uh,
cents, 10%.
uh,
Yeah. Yeah, over a
Give me $1
million.
million.
Yeah, and that would just clear off all my debt and maybe give me a little extra to diversify to something else. Maybe some more Tesla stock. I know you said you want to buy some more Tesla stock at some point.
Yeah. Did you read the article that ARK Invest came out with the other day?
I think I saw you talking about it, but I haven't read it. I do know that Tesla has some crazy stuff in the works. Like
Dude,
their robot's going to be nuts.
it's going to be insane. Like the fact that full self drive. So I've driven in Teslas before, where the full self driving years ago was not that good, and it's like, oh man, like are they like lying about this? And then it
Yeah.
improved so rapidly. Like now I think it's already safer than most drivers, but Elon Musk has not said that it is safer than drivers yet. Like he said that should be passing like this year, so we'll
So
see.
there's two things. There's autopilot and then
Hmm.
there's full self driving. So autopilot I use because I've got a Tesla Model 3
Yeah,
performance. It's really fun.
nice.
And yeah, it's so fast, man. But the autopilot works quite well. Like I use it all the time.
Yeah,
And that's just sort of going. It'll turn around straight corners and everything. Not really corners. It more turns around like curves. So it's
yeah.
really good on the freeway. It'll just stay on the freeway. It'll speed up, slow down. It'll just stay in one lane sort of thing, and it'll follow the curve really nicely, and it almost never stuffs up. Um, but
Do you
yeah,
guys have
I don't have
tolls?
full self driving.
Do you guys have tolls?
Very very rarely. There's
Because what happens like in America, at least in like New York and New Jersey, is that you'll have flashing yellow lights that'll say a toll's coming up or an easy pass
yeah.
is coming up, and the Tesla will think that it's a yellow light, and it
Oh,
slows
okay.
down. And it's like, oh my god,
Oh no,
it's
that's
so
super
crazy.
annoying. Yeah, so
Yeah,
we have some towers above it that just read like a card, so you don't have any flashing. It's
yeah,
fairly non-invasive. I mean, they do have cameras pointing down, which
yeah.
is always
We
ominous, but
we there should I pre-ordered two Tesla Cybertrucks when full self-driving was 7,000, and now it's 12,000. So it's like
yeah.
good so far. Good up me so far.
Oh, you do
And
very well. Yeah, so I didn't get full self-driving because it was like, I don't know, about $12,000 when I ordered my Tesla. And
uh,
it's just too much extra for me to like that could go into OMI. That's like several
yeah,
million OMI.
it's a good
Um,
point.
and they're gonna release a subscription model. So I'm just gonna pay for that. And if I like it, I can use it per month. Did you know that? Yeah.
Yes, and
Yeah.
they also just launched Tesla insurance in like three or four other states. So
Oh,
now
that's
you could
awesome.
have an insurance through Tesla. So the big
Oh,
thing,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I
the big
heard
thing,
about
what I
that.
think is going to be a lot of revenue, obviously outside of, ride sharing networks, full self-driving capabilities is, how Warren Buffett made his money, having insurance policies, only having to pay out when people try to cash in. But and everyone has to have insurance in America, but if full self driving is safer than most other drivers, they're almost never going to have to cash out. So
Yeah.
that they're going to be getting billions of dollars every single month. It's going to be
Yeah, for
insane.
sure. I mean, I saw something funny. I think it was Mercedes or Polestar or something said that they're gonna when their level 3 or level 4 autonomy stuff is out and running, if the car has an accident, they'll cover it. It's like that you
Yeah.
won't even have to have insurance if it's yeah. Um, but yeah, I also saw that the Tesla insurance is going to be based on your safety rating too, from
Yeah.
from like inside the Tesla data. They'll know if you're a safe driver or not. So
Which
that's
is
going to be crazy. So if
insane.
you drive like a grandma, you get like a really good rate. But I'm a bit of a hoon, so I'm going to get a bit of a pretty bad rate, I think.
That's so
Oh,
great. So, what are your timelines for OMI? Do you think that, oh, we'll get a couple cents by the end of the year? Or do you think that, like, oh, this could reach meme coin status and we can get like several cents up to 10 cents by the end of the year? Or do you think that won't happen for another like year or two?
I think we should get to hopefully 2 cents by the end of the year. But I think next year will be the year for OMI. I think when everything's in place, I think it could create meme status. I mentioned this. I know we got that little whale group, and I mentioned that I think if we get Pokemon next year, and we've got OUP, MCP, MTR, all the letters. If
Yeah,
we've got all the letters going by then, and we get Pokemon or something close to as big as that, that could just make it go meme statusy. I imagine all the Pokemon memes and stuff going, and
it's
be
gonna
like,
be
we'll
nuts.
get the OMI to OMI to blast off, and I think we could reach a pretty good status. I saw yours at 4 years to get to $1. Is that your prediction?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I was a victim of peer pressure. It was this
Yeah.
guy Ryuzu, and he said that I said that OMI should probably reach $1 by 2022, or not by 2022, June of 2026.
Yeah.
And he said, I bet you a million OMI that it won't come on, or that we won't get it, but the date make it April 18th because that was his birthday. I was like, okay,
Okay.
I'll do that. Or I didn't want to do it, but I mentioned it on a stream I had with Taps and Corinne from Cali, and they're like, do it, Randy, do it. I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. So like they like goaded me into it, and now unfortunately, if it's like 98 cents, then I have to give away like $980,000 at that point.
But what if it's $2 and he has to give you $2 million up?
Well, he would have to give me a million if it reaches $1 at some point before then. So like it wouldn't wait until April. Like if we did it in, let's say, December of
Ah, okay, I
2020,
get you. Yeah.
yeah. So that's when he would give that.
It would be better if it was whatever price it is, he has to give you a million OMI, and then if it's like $2 or $3, he's giving you 2 or 3 million.
Oh my God.
Where's it? So how far is he from? A few states away?
How far? How far is what?
Your friend that you're doing the bet with.
Honestly, I don't even know where he lives.
Okay.
I don't know this person. Like he comes on my channel every now and then, comments and follows me on Twitter. I follow him now, obviously, but I have no idea where this person is. Like, and
Yeah.
this is why I should not have made the bet because like I have to pay because public, like, what one I would pay anyway, man of my word, but public figure, if I would not pay, that would like ruin me.
So
But
I think I could see you paying. I could see him not paying if he
yeah,
loses, but at least you have the pride. You have like, yes, I won.
yeah,
Yeah, I believe your target's probably right on at $1 around that stage, maybe more, maybe a little bit less. But yeah, I'm very excited for OMI's future, and VeVe, and also these other games that are coming out soon. Because I'm a
yeah.
big gamer. Like I played a lot of video games growing up, and I didn't go outside much when I was younger because I was always on the computer. Do you remember Age of Empires? Do you ever play it?
I know of it. I hadn't played it though. I was more of a
Yes.
Rome Total War type of guy.
Oh yeah, yeah, I like that one too.
That's
Yeah,
great. That was fun.
any of those sort of strategy games I really got into,
Yeah.
and some role playing games. But I tried to stay away from role playing games too much. Like I never played WoW.
Oh, you never played WoW?
No, I never played WoW
So there's
because
people
I'd
asking
be
about the
fully into
whale
it.
group. What's the
10 million
minimum?
OMI guys. Anyone got 10 million OMI?
I feel like that bar's a little too low. Everyone's gonna come in. Like everyone's.
I don't know. I actually don't. I don't know that many people with 10 million OMI. It's not. It's a relatively big. I actually think
Yeah.
it's a larger bar than you think it is. I mean,
Oh,
I'm sure there's quite a few.
yeah. So there's a. So you said you haven't played WoW. Have you ever seen that YouTube video, WoW Funeral?
What's that? No, I've seen some of the. I've seen like what's that guy who runs around screaming stuff. Uh,
Oh, Leroy Jenkins.
Leroy Jenkins. Yeah, yeah,
No,
Leroy. Yeah.
this is different. This is when it started out really nice and really sweet, or it started out with tragedy. There was this woman that was really into World of Warcraft, and she happened to like die in real life, and her clan's like, "Hey, let's just host like a funeral, public service, like be honorable, no armor, no weapons," and they put her at like her avatar at like a lake, and they were all gonna say goodbye,
Oh no.
and there's so many people there and this one clan just comes in and just kills them all. And the first person they kill was her. And
Oh no.
it was
Oh,
the most disrespectful yet hilarious thing I'd ever seen.
I got to look that up after this. That's hilarious.
Yeah, just YouTube WoW Funeral. It was great. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's different from Leroy Jenkins, but it's still quite fun. Um,
What games did you play?
so I will let you. Well, I have a Bowser jacket on right now, so I really like Nintendo,
Yeah.
and I was a big proponent of all things Pokemon,
Yep.
Donkey Kong. I got Donkey Kong throwing the Pokeball.
Awesome.
I'm wearing a Gyarados shirt from Pokemon. I
Yep.
got a Triforce over here, Paper Mario, Yoshi, and Kirby, and then I got Star Fox as well over there.
You like Zelda as well? Do you
Oh
play
yeah,
Zelda?
yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Triforce, Legend of Zelda. So
Awesome.
big,
Yeah. I thought so. Yeah. I used to play Zelda on the Game Boy Color. Do you remember the Game
yeah,
Boy Color? Yeah.
those are
And
great.
I think you're a few years younger than me. I'm 35. So you're
Yeah, I'm
30. You're
31.
30. 31.
But
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. Not
31.
that big a gap. Yeah.
Well,
Pretty
thank you
similar.
for thinking that I'm 30. That was great. Dude, so I had you're probably sleeping because it was a while ago. It was like it was only like 7 hours ago, but I had my friend Brittany on. We had served together in the Air Force, and with the only picture that I could find of us together for the thumbnail was us at a Christmas party in 2015, and all of my subscribers are like, "Randy, you were so good looking. What happened to you?" And I was like,
So they were looking if you shave yeah.
"Yeah."
That's funny.
This is the first time that she saw me with a beard too. She's like, "Oh my God, your beard!" It's like, "Oh, I know,
So
crazy."
was that in your early 20s?
I was 7 years ago. I was mid 20s. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would have been like 24.
Yeah, I had a crazy body at 20 because I used to train martial arts like 3-4 times a week.
Oh yeah, you said yeah, Sensei. What
Yeah.
what martial art did you train?
So I started in karate and then I moved into like a ninjutsu. It was called Issei Ryu Jiu-Jitsu, which is basically ninjutsu. It was really cool, man. Like after
Oh,
doing karate and then doing ninjutsu, I'm now doing karate again. I just started as a white belt at the
mm,
local karate place, but it's hard to go back to karate from doing ninjutsu because ninjutsu is it's
it's like
so
Naruto.
comprehensive. It was like you would learn like killer moves, like you could like choke someone out, and like,
Yeah,
it was sort of like MMA, but there's some more deadly stuff that you can't do in MMA because you have gloves and like
yeah,
pressure point stuff where you can knock someone out with pressure points, and you can like you could take off your shoe and choke someone out. Like it was really fun, and
yeah.
but the place moved away. They moved to far from me, and it was like an hour away because they had a lot more people in that one area. Um,
So what was I got a question here from Rip Curls. What was the main thing that convinced you? Because you said you got into OMI before VeVe. Like, is it from a technical analysis, or did you see the partnerships? Like, you saw that Alfred Arcon was
Yeah,
part of the team.
it's definitely a big combination. Because I've always been into Pokemon. I used to collect the cards, and
Yeah,
I'm fairly sure my mum gave away my whole card collection at some point. Yeah, I don't know what they'd be worth. I had a decent card collection,
yeah,
um, and I liked Africon, and yeah, I'm a big tech guy, so I've always been to computers. I've done
yeah,
a little bit of programming, but more like in the graphic design sort of stuff, as well as yeah, a lot of video games and yeah,
yeah.
I built a lot of websites, a lot of tools, and what was the question again? Now I'm lost. I'm reading these comments.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, the comments are great. It was just
Yeah.
what made you convict? Like,
Oh
what
yeah,
convinced you?
VeVe.
Yeah,
I definitely have never seen an app as good quality as VeVe, as well as the quality of the collectibles themselves are
yeah,
really high quality. And just the way I saw them move, I saw how VeVe went from being really really slow and buggy when they had lots of people because their growth was way too quick, and then
yeah,
they very quickly, it was only a couple of drops, got it under control, and they fixed the whole technical difficulty stuff very quickly. It was only a number of drops, and I was like, wow, this is going fast. And then it was really hard to get drops because so many people jumped in. Exponential growth. The team is just solid. That they were extremely transparent to start with, and obviously it's harder as they scale with so
yeah.
many people to keep the same transparency.
I
Um,
I would much rather them go and just do like Tesla has their Q1s call, I think tomorrow or the next day.
is that
I would
once a
much
year, right?
Yeah, I'd much rather them do their like a quarterly report. This is what
Quarterly
happened the
call.
first
Yeah,
three
yeah,
months of this
yeah,
year, and and then just do like have Reese come on like mine or Taps' channel or whoever like Rob stuff.
yeah.
Dina Lang, PoBG, like a lot of really good people. I'd like them to do that just to kind of fill in the blanks of what
Yeah,
we might
yeah,
need to do.
I agree. Just once a quarter, as long as it's a really banger video, then we'll keep everyone excited and the sentiment high. I think the biggest mistake they made, and they've fixed this now, but it was setting all those time expected events. So this is going to happen by this time. It's going to happen by this time, and just so many of them got thrown out that obviously create a lot of fun in the community and a lot of just rightfully so, like a lot of disinterest and disappointment. And I think from what I noticed with the price action the last like month, all the paper hands are gone completely. There's no paper hands left. It's only diamond hands now, and that's why I'm not at all worried about the price going down again. I don't think it's going to go very far, even if it did. I think 0024s are the bottom for what I could see, and I think if it was going to go low, it would have already done it recently, and I think we're going to blast off just like that. The guy you interviewed, T-Plex.
Yeah, what do you make of
What's
his
his name? Do you
prediction?
remember his name?
It's John.
John. Yeah.
And what do you make of his prediction saying that we're going to go to 0.005? So we're going to double, go to about half a penny in like the next couple days. And then after some consolidation, after trading sideways, we'd moon up to like 0.009 to about 1.1 cents. What do you
I
make of
think
that?
I think it's 3 to 4 weeks to get to what he said, like 0.005. So I think slightly
Okay.
longer time scale for me. And then I can definitely see it get to 1 cent before easily before the end of the year. Like I think we'll touch above all-time high, and then it might consolidate down again a little bit.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I know
people
it
take
might.
it profit.
I reckon we might sit above the 0.085 level or something like that. Like the 0.008 is like the biggest resistance level so far we've
Yeah,
had. I think
hit
if
it
we
like five
break that,
times.
that'll be support. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I do a little bit of charting, but definitely the fundamentals are way more important than the
yeah,
charts long term. Because it always goes up and down, up and down.
yeah.
Game Boy
Uh,
game, yeah. I got my
yeah.
Game Boy out the other day. Have you guys checked a Game Boy now? It looks like
Um,
crap compared to a phone.
so I have my Pokemon Crystal, Red, Silver, Yellow, and trading card game.
Emulators, awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, well
emulators were
that'd be
one.
fine. It'd be much better on your phone. But I actually looked at a Game Boy, and the screen itself is so difficult to look at. I used to
It's
spend hours on it.
our eyes are destroyed from that. But like it also Game Boy. If even if someone were to say, "Hey, Randy, I got you an original Game Boy Color for Christmas with Pokemon Blue," it's like the game goes so slow. I need to have it on an emulator to go like 4 or 8 times normal speed because
Yep.
I just don't have time to sit like it would take forever.
Yeah.
Um,
I remember spending literally probably like 8 hours in a row playing some of those games. I played most of the Pokemon, Pokemon
yeah,
Red, Pokemon Blue or Yellow or whatever the colors they had, Green. I don't know. There's a bunch of them, and because I had the color Game Boy, so the whole game would be that color. Did you play
yeah,
it? Yeah, it was funny. So the whole game would be like in red, or the whole game would be like in
so
yellow.
cool.
Yeah, and I
Uh,
don't think there's any way to change it. So like if the color's hard to see, you just have to put up with that for like the whole
yeah,
game.
I remember those. I didn't see those when I was young. I saw those years later, and
Yeah,
people got them. I was like, oh,
because
that's so cool.
my brother had the black and white one, and I had the color one. So I got
Yeah,
mine like a little bit later on. And the color, but the screen's slightly smaller on the color as well. And I had like when I say color, I think it had like 4 colors or 8 colors or something. Not a lot of colors.
yeah, it was like 8-bit game. It was so like caveman type of stuff.
And there's no backlight, so you need to like have the correct light above you.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
nuts.
no
Yeah.
backlight. Super
If
difficult
we
to
had
play.
trying to drive home at night, you had to hold it up like this so that the street lights would come in and it would give it to you. It's
Yeah,
like, oh, okay.
that's funny.
Metroid, I might get Samus on my arm at some point. I'm not sure though.
Metroid.
I'm 31. Lots of people on Twitter starting to get more bullish on VeVe again. Um, so for me, I think the announcements are just Reese going on Tap's stream the other night and saying that cash out by end of Q2, which would be June.
Yeah, that's
Um,
multiple times they've said that now, so that has to happen now.
yeah, that's.
I, yeah, I think
I'm pretty
that'll
sure.
really help.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's set up. What do you think are some of the catalysts? I mean, obviously we have the normal. We're gonna get OMI raffle. We're gonna get OMI to NFT. Any other things that we might not be thinking of right now?
Um, so so like yeah, definitely OB to NFT is going to be one of my favorite ones.
Yeah,
But something that we haven't thought out. I'm just trying to think. There's so many different little things that they're doing. I think the web app will help a lot. It'll really like I don't like doing the showrooms on my phone. I can't stand it. I much would prefer doing the showrooms on the computer screen. Even like a lot of the VV marketplace stuff is very fiddly on the mobile. I
yeah.
think it'll be so much easier on the web app, and that's supposed to come as well. I think isn't it web app before MTL? I think as I said, there's web app,
Yes,
then
yeah.
there's the new drop system, and then it's MTL. I think that's the order
They've
they're
said
doing it.
before the new drop system should come first because they said once they release the web app, they're never going back to the old drop system spamming the buy now button. So once the web
Oh,
app
okay.
is released,
So the testing it, and then they do the web app. Then it's going to be the drop, and then the MTL probably last
yeah,
just at the end of the Q2 hopefully.
yeah, I think they
Um,
need that.
yeah,
But
there's a lot of catalysts. Like there's a ton. As we all know, that they released a ton of licenses last year that they talked about. They haven't dropped anything yet.
Like
Like
Jim Henson and Jurassic Park and
well, I think Lowell Surprise is going to be massive because I've got like my wife's sister's kids, like I guess my
they like the dolls.
nieces. Yeah, they love the Lowell Surprise
Yeah,
and stuff like that. The it's a pretty big thing, and they're very expensive. Have you seen the prices of them? Like there's little tiny Lowell Surprise. They're
I
like
haven't
20
seen. What are the
bucks,
prices
like
like?
20 bucks for like these little egg things, and that's for
Okay.
like for kids. It's expensive.
Yeah,
Um,
I've
and
there
so
was a bunch of people on Facebook that are like, "Yo, my kids love this stuff," and I don't have
yeah.
kids. I don't have anything to reference it, but they're going crazy. It's like, all
Well, if
right,
I can see what my kids are doing just with like the actual current VeVe collectibles that aren't even like they're not like proper toys. They're gonna make imagine they make proper collectible toys like VeVe toys that are fully interactive that the kids
well,
can play with.
we have the promo code now, so
Yes,
there's
yeah.
things that could happen with that.
Well,
Pretty excited.
maybe Lost Surprise will be one that they will actually release a promo code with because that'll make a lot of sense. Because they're already, like I said, they're quite expensive, and if you pay $20 or $30, and then inside you get whatever the toy is, and then you also get this code, and maybe you get like a random collectible. So it's like it's a bit of a fun sort of like a blind box, but completely blind. Like you don't know what you're gonna get.
That could bring a lot of that could make new fans of other
Yeah,
IPs. Like
for
I
sure.
remember when I was younger, the first like adult movie outside of it that I had seen was like Lord of the Rings. Like
Yep.
whenever my parents were watching some, they'd watch like Armageddon or they'd watch like whatever. Like I wasn't really interested. And then when I watched Lord of the Rings and my mind was just blown away, I looked up like the actors and I wanted to see every single other movie that those actors were in. So I think like as a kid, if you get like an LOL doll and you get a promo code for like and you get another thing, oh, a Cryptkin. What's a Cryptkin? And that'll make kids go and say like, oh, cool. There's Loch Ness monster. There's Bigfoot. There's Mothman. Um, a lot of those are outside of Loch Ness. But they're in America. Do you guys have any like Bigfoot type thing? I mean, you guys have crazy bugs and crazy animals in
Oh
general.
yeah, yeah. There's quite a few spiders and stuff. Like spiders, like the worst here, I think.
Is there any
Um,
local lore that you guys have? Like, there's an Australian monster, or were
well, we
those
got
all?
like the foxes and
Oh yeah,
yeah. There's a lot of rabbits running around too in some of these areas around here, and they'll like eat all your stuff, but they're not too crazy. The possums go crazy at night. Have you heard possums when they fight or they breed? They go nuts. It
are
sounds
they like
like
cats?
they're like it sounds like some weird stuff's happening, and like you don't know if they're killing someone or something. Yeah, there's some funny sounds around here. Well, I had a kangaroo. Like it, it's the most like funny thing for Aussies now. Oh yeah, I rode a kangaroo to work, but I actually had kangaroos turn up a couple times at my old house I used to live with my mum. Like it just in the middle of the night, there's this giant kangaroo, and I'm getting out of my car because I've gone clubbing. I got out. I'm like, what the hell is a kangaroo? It's like right next to me. I'm like, I just looking at it. It's looking at me. And I started like chasing it, and it just ran off. I got like a video on my phone.
Oh my god, those
Just
things
chasing
can
this
be
kangaroo
really
down the street.
dangerous, right? Like they can kick you and they
Yeah,
can like
they
box.
can hurt you. Yeah, they can hurt
Yeah.
you. But this one was probably like a medium, like me, or maybe like a young, like a teenage
Okay,
one
so
or
it
something.
wasn't like too
It wasn't
dangerous yet.
huge. It was like my height, but I'm short, so it's not that big. But it didn't scare me. And I just sort of like chased. I just wanted to get a video of it so I could show everyone. There's like a kangaroo at my house.
There's
Um,
this video I saw on like Facebook. It was someone's security camera caught it, where this mom is like leading her young son like out of the house to like go and go to like the car. Like here's their house. There's a little walkway to get to like the road, but their car's on the other side of the garage. So they're walking past that little opening. The mom doesn't see like the little bear, and the bear's like it wasn't like a full grown black bear, but it was probably a good like 50 pounds,
yeah.
maybe like 60, 70 pounds. And he's like, Mom, there's a bear. She's like, what? And then she goes, she's like, oh my God, it's a bear. She's like, get inside, get inside. He's like, but I want to pet the bear. It's like, no, you can't pet the bear.
Yeah, that's funny. We got koala bears here. Have you seen those? They
I need to go to Australia because
they're
Steve
not
Irwin
dangerous
is
looking
like
at
a
all.
hero of mine,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
I'm actually in talks to buy it's a surfboard that was signed by Steve Irwin, and I eBayed it, and eBay had like it's his signature, and he always draws a little crocodile, and you see like his so. Uh, I do want to go, and if I get that, the person lives in Australia, so I would go pick that up. I would go to San Diego Zoo. I would try to have the rest of the family sign it.
Yeah.
Um, but how far away do you live from Australia Zoo?
Which one is that? There's which
I
state's
guess
that
the
in?
one that the Irwins are at.
I think maybe they're up north, so I don't think it's
Is that
Victoria.
Queensland? Victoria?
Yeah, probably Queensland. Yeah, I'm in Victoria, so like I don't know, it's a 2 hour flight, but it's about a 16-hour drive, I think. So you can
Oh my
drive it, but
God.
it's a long drive.
Oh yeah, you need to fly there. That's
No, you
you
get a
need
test on autopilot just the whole way. There's
to,
superchargers all over Australia now on the freeways, so that's fine. Like you can do long trips, but there's not many superchargers like inside like small suburbs.
uh,
Um,
I,
but
I would,
that question that guy asked before has really been sticking in my mind about like what made me think about VeVe. I just got
yeah.
something to show and tell. I'm very big into like the VR stuff as well, which I didn't
Oh, I got one
mention.
over there.
Yeah, you got Oculus 2, Oculus Quest
Yeah,
2.
yeah,
Yeah. Or Meta Quest 2 now, I think this is called.
yeah.
Yeah, this thing's amazing. And so I actually sell, well, I used to sell, I'm trying to get in the camera view. I used to sell these cables for this. I was the very first seller ever of the cable for the Oculus Quest when it first came out, the original Oculus Quest.
Really?
So they didn't have any cables. I'm trying to find my cable. I've got one down here somewhere. They didn't have any cables ready. They released the Oculus Quest feature as a beta, and they didn't have any cables. There's my cable. You can see my old brand. I've sold the brand now. But
Oh,
can you see it says Party Link there?
I
I
did
don't
not
think
see what it
you can't
said. I
quite
think
read
it's
it.
focusing on your face. It didn't have a.
Nah, doesn't matter. It says Party Link on it. Anyway, this is my actual cable I used to sell on Amazon. And so, like, I was big into VR as well, and that really is also the reason I was drawn to VeVe, because I know eventually they're going to go in VR. I know AR is awesome as well, but VR gets that whole immersion going. And so,
Yes.
what games do you play on your Oculus?
I like Beat Saber. That's really
Yeah,
good.
Beat
Like
Saber's
I'm
awesome.
I'm not good at it at all. Like
Neither. I'm like I can do hard. I can't do the expert
so
that's inside.
I there's this girl, I forget her name, it's like called Otter Worldly or something, where I don't know if she's like a savant or something where like, oh, never played this level before? Cool. Hardest setting, and she'll just go and do crazy.
I've watched some of those guys and guys and girls on YouTube. Like they're crazy. Some are like spinning around and stuff. Like
She
you don't
had
want to tangle
one,
your cords.
I don't know what songs she was doing, but she's like, I want to see if I could do this through the entire Shrek movie. So she played Shrek like in the back and streamed for like an hour and a half, just like doing this stuff. Like, oh my god, that is. And I don't. When I box, I'm if I'm feeling really good, I'll do like 4 minute rounds, or if I'm feeling like amazing, I'll just go as long as I can.
Do you mean real life boxing, right? Is real life boxing, or is this
Or when I train,
the quest? Yeah,
and if I'm feeling good, I'll do 4 minute rounds. But if I'm feeling like
that's a
really
lot.
good, I'll go as long as I can.
Yeah.
And maybe I can get now, I'm older and much fatter. Maybe I can get like 15 minutes before I'm like. But for her to go like absolutely crazy for an hour and a half is
Oh yeah,
nuts.
that's what it is. Like I used to try and I had this challenge to do 1,000 push-ups in 1 hour.
Oh, it's so hard.
I did not reach it, but what happens is the lactic acid, your body can convert it to energy and just like reuse energy. So do you know the record for push-ups? I haven't checked in a while, but
I don't for an hour.
this is like sort of just like unlimited in a row. It was 8,000 push-ups in a row,
Oh my
and
god.
that was over several hours, like
Okay,
non-stop
yeah,
push-ups. But you know it should be pretty easy to do 1,000 in 1 hour because that's 3,600 seconds or
yeah,
3.6 seconds per push-up, which is
yeah.
quite a lot of time to do a push-up. But I got to about 120. That's the max I could get to. I never got to that stage where the lactic acid just like your
Turns
body can
energy.
reabsorb it and then use it as energy again, and over and
I
over and over and over.
I remember trying that once, and I did like, and this is when I was really in shape. Like, okay, did 100 push-ups. All right, cool. Walk around a little bit, beat the chest, try to, and then I would do like 50. And it's like, all right, and then do like 30, and I was just like, oh, it's. I think I got to like 225. I think, which
That's
is still
awesome.
pretty good,
Yeah.
but But
I
yeah,
was I was really trying to do 1,000 in a row. I think at my peak I probably could have done 1,000 in an hour, but with breaks. But I want to do no breaks, like just in a row. So yeah, the guy who had the record of doing 8,000 in a row, he said one day, like he obviously did a lot of training. He said one day he just felt really good, like this is the day, and he said
yeah.
he got like the Guinness World Record guy, whatever, out to come check it out, and he just started doing push-ups and he just kept going for like I don't know, it's like 2 or 3 hours or something, and he did
Jesus.
8,000 in a row. And the record before that was 6,000. So he broke it by 2,000
Oh, he
push-ups.
shattered it.
Um, yeah, it's crazy what the bodies can do. Like I used to do a lot of sparring as well. I actually got videos on my YouTube channel from like, I don't know, like 20 years ago when I did sparring in jiu-jitsu. So you can check that out. I know you've had a couple look at my look at a couple of my videos, but yeah, you can see that it's really low quality because it's back when like 480p was like the top. So I mean, I don't know, it's 360 or 480, but it's pretty low quality.
So long
But you can
ago.
see me punching and getting my ass kicked a little bit. It's good
It's
fun.
so weird how we could say like, oh yeah, it was 20 years ago, and I feel like that's a sign that we're getting old. When we
Yeah,
could say
yeah,
20 years ago like that, and I feel like back in like the back in the day, like in our parents' age, you know, I don't know if there was really too big of a difference between like, oh yeah, this is 1969 and this is 1951. Like technology
yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
that,
yeah. There's no big difference. Yeah,
yeah,
it's like okay, it's gone from black and white TV to maybe color TV or something. I
yeah,
don't know the timelines, but it's not like where you've got like big. Do you know the old CRT screens, the massive heavy
yeah.
ones? Now and now you got like a little tiny like screen in your pocket sort of thing. It's just crazy. um, how advanced it's got. I feel like we're living in this like super age. We're definitely in a simulator. I know you subscribe to the simulation theory.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
100%.
we have to be like. There's no other way around it because why would we be alive during this crazy transition of technology?
Yeah.
It's
And so there's another thing. There's like another reason why. So I'm gonna I've shown this very few times. I am not a neat person. I am very, very messy.
that's what I was like when I
And
lived by myself.
and what why I show that is because I have no desire to clean ever. And randomly, like 2 days ago, I started cleaning the kitchen and I started cleaning like the stove. I started cleaning stuff on the ground, and I decided, you know what? I wasn't drinking a couple weeks ago just because I was sick. And then a couple days ago, I was like, okay, that's it. No more pizza, no more Taco Bell. It's just egg whites and spinach and fish and meat. And like, there's no reason for me to do that. Like, I have a
Yeah.
girlfriend and like, I'm good. Like, there's something in like the person controlling my avatar, like what I am, is just
Clean.
like, we're going to code that we have some extra potions now. We're going to put this into you, clean up your mental health. It's so strange. And like,
Well,
there's,
cleaning physically does do something to you mentally, I believe, as well. I'm not the cleanest person ever, but you can see my office looks relatively clean. But
yeah,
there is some mess if you go over this way because we had renovations earlier, so
yeah.
it's not too bad. But um, I have to be a bit cleaner too with the kids now than I used to be. Um, have you seen my Tesla Roadster? This is my future. This is my future car. Hang on,
Dude,
I've
I
got the wrong
can't
angle.
wait. Are you gonna get
Whoa,
one when
this
we
is a
go? Like,
proper Tesla model. Yeah, I'm definitely getting one of these. This is 100% getting Tesla Roadster.
I am very excited for the souped up one, like the SpaceX one, like that has a SpaceX
Oh
like
yeah, that'd be
air
cool.
boosters.
Rocket thrusters. That won't
Yeah.
be allowed in Australian roads for sure. Like
Oh,
where
gotcha.
they're pretty strict here. I also think in the Tesla app, you've got more features in America than we have. It's the same car, but
Wait,
we
really? What do we have that you
yeah.
don't have?
I think for one, you can do like a security mode where you can actually look through your cameras, the Tesla cameras.
You guys don't have that?
Whilst no, we can't do that in Australia. The app doesn't allow us. Yeah. So like
That's
I can get the footage off with like a USB stick
yeah,
if it's on sentry mode, but I can't look from my phone, which is super annoying because like I leave it at the shops or leave it at the shops all the time. It'd be cool to be able to like just push a button and be like, oh, who's near my car, or like turn alerts on and stuff. And like there's definitely a bunch of features that we just don't have. I think it's a regulatory thing. Same thing as we can't. I can't change the sounds in my car of like the outside sounds. In America, you've got the boombox feature that you have access to, and you can change the sound of your Tesla, so you can make it like sound like a V8, or you can make it
yeah.
sound like the ice cream truck and stuff like that. So ice cream van. So there's a bunch of like these features I think we're just not allowed, or otherwise for some reason they just haven't rolled them out here. It'd be
Yeah,
the same. It's probably the same app, right? In the App Store,
I'm
the Google Play
I'm
Store.
sure.
Yeah, that's so
Um,
funny.
but yeah, like I love it. Like I just went to Atlantic City a few weeks ago with my friend Steve, and he always shows me all the stuff. Like, oh, it can do this now.
Is
They
that he's
haven't
got a
even
Model
updated.
3? Is that Model 3? I think I saw
Yeah,
picture of you
yeah.
road tripping with him. Yeah. Is that
There was.
performance? Is it the fast one?
It's the long range one. It's not.
Oh,
I don't
okay,
think
yeah,
it's the
that's
performance.
medium. It's in between. So that's about
Yeah,
0 to 100 4.5 seconds around that. Mine's
yeah.
0 to
It
100 at
it makes you go,
3.2.
ooh.
Yeah, yeah. So imagine that, but like a second faster. So
Yeah,
the difference would not be that noticeable. Like it's just like
yeah.
I've had some people that are big car nuts go in it, and they're like, "I was sick for 2 days after going in the car with you." I'm like, "Sorry, that's just how fast it is." Um, yeah,
Oh, that's so cool.
it's wild.
I can't wait for it.
I think I mentioned to you already. I'm taking it to the racetrack next month. I can't wait.
Oh yeah, yo. So
Yeah,
what type of racetrack is that?
Philippine racetrack. You probably know it from the Grand Prix and stuff. The Philippine racetrack. Um, it's a very fast track with like a lot of like sort of long sweeping corners. There's only 2 hairpins the whole track, so it's gonna be really fun. I can't wait.
What other cars are going to be there? I
So
assume
it's
other
just
Teslas.
like an open racetrack. So it's sort of a whole range of cars. I'm going the slow group to start with. I think no, I think I'm going the medium group. There's a slow, medium, and fast group. I'm jumping the medium, and they're probably going to move me to the fast group later on. So you put wherever you want, and they'll work out where they think you are, and they'll change what group you're in later on. And so
Yeah.
I want to go the medium or slow group to start with to learn the track a bit more. I have driven on there already with my friend's Skyline.
Mhm.
So I took that around the track, but only one session, which is like 10 minutes. And I've had a bunch of cars, a bit of a car nut, and so I used to have a 180 SX. Do you know the 2 liter turbo? It's from Fast and the Furious. It's one
I
of
don't
those
think I
little
do.
Japanese turbo car.
Okay.
Um, so I took that around a few different tracks, and I used to have Skyline, like the old school boxy square R31 Skyline. Took that around track. So I used to have a WRX as well. I took that around Sandown. So there's a whole bunch of different tracks here in Australia. We've got a decent amount. I'm in Victoria though. We've only got like 3 or 4 here. In Queensland, there's like a ton, and New South
Yeah.
Wales as well. So
So as full self-driving gets better, I can see it happening here in like 10 years, or even within 10 years. You're probably going to have certain politicians saying that they need to outlaw driving
yeah,
because
yeah,
it is going to
I
be
can see it
safer.
happening. Yeah, I said to my wife, I don't think our kids are going to drive on the road.
So will
Like,
you like go against the man and you'll be like, all right, kids, you're going to learn how to drive today?
well, it's a weird thing, right? Because they'll still have private tracks that'll still exist. You
It's
still have
true.
private tracks you can go on, but no one know how to drive. So it's a bit dangerous for like younger people that don't know how to drive a car and they're on the track. So you almost have to have like maybe a practice track, like more gentle and more easy for people to learn to drive the car on, so they can
Yeah.
take it. Or maybe they'll have like VR centers near there. They can sit in a VR, learn to drive the car, which would be like 99% like the real thing by then,
Oh, that'd
and
be
then go
so
and jump in a
cool.
real car on the real track afterwards.
That would be so safe. That would cut down on a lot of accidents because
I'll
that would
show you
make it.
this. I got it's show and tell. I got a steering wheel. I love racing car simulators. So I use that with the VR headset on, and it's like you're keep going the wrong direction. It's like you're in there, man. It's awesome. Like it's
Oh, that's so
I've been
cool.
practicing Philippine racetrack. So when I get there, I know the track already. They don't have any Teslas. I'm using iRacing as a simulator, but they don't have any Teslas in there. So I just have to drive some sort of petrol machine and learn the track. And that way, when I get there, I'm not going to be completely clueless of what to do.
That is so cool. God, could you? I can't imagine. And imagine like when we get all like Neuralink chips over in the next.
Yeah, that's scary, man. Are you gonna do it? Are you thinking about it?
Yeah, I
You
want
up for it?
upgrades.
See,
I
I'm
want
worried
upgrades
about
to
someone
everything.
hijacking my brain.
I want the upgrades. I want new eyes. I want new hit. I want to be able to like when it's freezing out, make me feel warm. Make me not
Yep.
feel that cold.
Have you seen the Iceman? You've seen the Iceman? He's on YouTube a little bit.
I don't think so. No.
Wim Hof Iceman. We're getting off topic now.
Wait, does he go and get does he run on like mountains and like
Yeah,
shorts? Yeah,
yeah.
I've
He's
seen
nuts.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. His and you do like he does like cold showers and cold baths and cold plunges and all that stuff. Uh,
Nuts.
so the body can do a lot more than we usually use it for.
Yeah.
We're definitely getting off topic though, but yeah, this is fun. This is fun. It's already been an hour. Holy crap!
Yeah. Yeah. That's where this goes sometimes. Like if my guest wants to talk about aliens or talk about simulation theory, that's just where the podcast goes.
We can't do it. I'll be talking here for ages. Like I go back to kids soonish. But
Okay.
yeah, like I pretty much I told you. I think you talked about psychedelics before. I've definitely had
Yeah.
some experience. I've had some
Um,
experience with those.
that every major investment before every major investment that I put in, I would take Lucy and I would go and take that and make sure I'm doing the right thing.
You say
And so
LSD?
far, yeah,
Yeah.
and it has not led me astray.
Yeah. No, I mean Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. They both dropped acid often, and well, at least at the starting stages. Like it just helps you see a different way. And for
Yeah.
sure, if I hadn't had psychedelics, I would not have quit my day job. I'd still be working as like a zombie slave in the office. No offense to anybody that works in the office. It's fine. It's good. It's good, but it's definitely not something I could keep doing. Like after having an experience of like mind opening, like I had like the full, sort of the full Kundalini awakening. If you heard of that before,
I have
it was
not.
like my energy was just like and going down and up, and like it was just like pure bliss where you're sort of sitting there and you're in just pure bliss state. There's no other way to describe it. It's what Eckhart Tolle is in like all the time. You know Eckhart
Okay.
Tolle? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, the
yeah,
author,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. He's a bit talking. Like he has a book of like the power of now, and so
Yeah.
you're just always present. Hey, orange bag lady, I've watched some of her vids as well. Yeah, it's crazy what energies and things we can do in our bodies. Like some people can get to that state just completely naturally sober, which is what I'd like to do. But you have to sort of do a lot of meditation for that.
Well, have you gone into a sensory deprivation tank before?
Yeah, I love them. Yeah, I've done
Because
it a couple of times.
I've tripped in there before. When I was
Yeah,
completely
yeah, yeah,
sober.
yeah. It's
It was
I've
nuts.
got. Have you done yoga, like proper yoga, where they actually do like the meditation at the end?
Um, no, because I am my because I don't because of the military, but my hips and back, like I can't
Okay,
do
yeah,
it at
fair
all.
enough. But I didn't do it for like the exercise. I did this awesome yoga where they do like half an hour exercise. It's like half an hour meditation, and the meditation I came out of that. I felt exactly the same as after sense deprivation tank. So the meditation part, because you've just done all this movement,
Yeah,
and your body's like really relaxed, and they take you through this like really strong meditation, and just sort of like it lights up your whole brain. Very similar. Like so, my experience between mushrooms, LSD, sensitive deprivation take, and yoga with proper meditation, they're all very similar states by the end of it,
yeah,
which is
mushrooms
just
is
fun.
great.
So and with say with the Neuralink chip, you could probably actually have a very similar experience just by pushing a button.
That'd
Or
be insane. Yeah, could you
yeah,
imagine like, hey, we're gonna release some DMT now from your brain
yep,
because it's gonna
that'd be
induce a dream. Oh
yep.
God, that'd be insane.
Have
Um,
you lucid dreamed? That's another topic we could chat about.
they, I no, I haven't read into it as much, partly because it scares me.
Oh, dude,
Um,
it's the best thing ever. It's better than any drug for sure. You become awake and aware like we are right now, but inside your dream, and you can learn to control it. Like I'll be
is it
like,
true that you can't say, "I know I'm in a dream" when you're
no,
in there?
you can do whatever you like. It's really
You
on your
can,
belief behind it. So
because
I sort of believe that our belief creates our reality 100%. So so if you believe it'll stuff it up, then it'll stuff it up. If you believe it won't, it won't. That makes sense.
I've seen TikToks of people that's like were really into it. They're like, "Hey, like I've been getting better at this, and I can do this, and I can do that." But then there was one lady that came in, and she was crying. Like this was either this lady deserves an Oscar for the best actress of like the world, or she said that, or maybe just like a trip gone wrong or something. Said I was lucid dreaming, and then I just said somebody said something like, "Oh, I wouldn't do that," because she was about to like play with like chemicals, and she's like, "Oh, it's all right. I know this is a dream." And then everyone in the dream turned on her, like
Yeah,
they
but
were just like,
that's just her subconscious. That's almost. Have you seen Inception? It's a lot like Inception in a lucid dream. So
yeah.
I've been in lucid dreams. I've had about probably 1,000 by now, quite a few. I've got a whole bunch of my lucid dream experiences on my channel.
Oh yeah, what's your
From
channel
years
by the
ago.
way? There's
I think it's just Jordan Riz. It's the same
okay,
as my name. So Jordan and then RIZ. Um, and you should be able to find it pretty much. I think that's just youtube.com/Jordan Riz should be
Yeah,
my
I see
channel.
it. Yep,
Yeah,
right there,
sweet.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, oh wait, I think I hid all my Lucid Dream ones. I just left all my financial ones. I'll unhide them if you guys want to watch them. Um, I'm not sure if I got my Lucid Dream ones anymore, but
Yeah,
I
I
had,
forgot to
yeah, I think
subscribe
I
to
took them
you.
off. Yeah, because thanks. I had like 40. I think it said I have 40 videos, but I actually had like 100, so there must be 60 more Lucid Dreaming ones. I took them
Oh,
off because like I had two different audiences. I had like a Lucid Dreaming audience, then I had like a financial audience, and so yeah, Lucid Dream. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, one night a week is awesome. I get one a month at the moment with zero effort, like zero conscious thought. But if you practice every single day with Lucid Dream practices, you can actually. What's this space? Yeah, that's cool. That would be pretty cool. If you
Air
lucid
Force.
dream practice every day, you can get one like every day, just about like every day or two. You can have a lucid dream if you
Yeah.
practice enough. So it's like doing reality checks. Like, can I put my finger through my hand? I can't. But in a lucid dream, it'll go straight through. You're like, what the hell? That's not right. Okay, I'm in a dream, and you have this awareness, and suddenly you get access to your normal consciousness. Like, but you're still inside your dream. Be like, my body's in my bed, asleep. I'm inside this dream. I can do whatever I like. And so I'll flick my fingers to make like effects. So I'll flick my fingers and change location, and teleport. I can sort of like fly. I like to just go like the Superman, fly around. Dude, it's nuts. I had one like only a couple of days ago. I was
I've
flying
I
like
had
Superman.
one of those when I was younger. You ever watch Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah, I love Dragon Ball Z.
Where I was Gohan, where he's like fighting Raccoon. So I had his outfit on, but I was in outside of my childhood home, and I could fly, but I only flew like 20 feet. And I was like, okay, like again, and like I would go less and less each time, but it was yeah, it was crazy.
That's
Nuts.
awesome. Sounds like sounds like you've had sort of a similar experience to a lucid dream. But were you fully aware that you were inside a dream at the time? Because you can
No,
have like there's like stages. Like you can have a partial lucid dream where
I,
you've got
I'm
some.
almost never. I almost never know until I'm waking up.
So the biggest thing you can do if you want to start practicing is literally writing a journal every morning, just writing whatever you remember. Because what it does, it sends a signal to your brain to tell you, okay, this is important, and it'll your brain will start remembering more and more. So it's like a spiral, like a positive spiral. Does that
I
make sense?
I took a class in high school and they made us do that for like a month. And I've always wanted to continue doing that. I just never have. I should start
Yeah,
doing that again.
it's just a little bit of effort, but I just write dot points. That's the easiest thing ever. It's just in the morning, you write like 2 or 3 dot points of the main thing you remember the last dream, and
Yeah.
just doing that every single day, your dream recall go through the roof. And like so, for instance, some people even have lucid dreams, but they won't necessarily remember them because they have them at the start of the night or whatever, and then they don't have they have all these other dreams in between, and by the time they wake up, they don't remember that they
I
did
have
it.
crazy ones, like crazy outlandish dreams. And if I wake up and I immediately like text it to someone, I'll remember. But if I don't remember to text it, if I just go to the bathroom, by the time I'm done, I'm like, oh, I forgot the dream. It was good, but I forgot it.
That's one of the reasons I stopped drinking alcohol as well, actually, because it does affect your pineal gland and it affects your
Yeah.
recall for dreaming. But yeah,
Um,
with lucid dreaming, you can do whatever you like, which is really
yeah.
awesome.
Immutable, that brings up a good point. And also something I wanted to bring up. Are you invested in Immutable X at all?
No, I really want to, but I've just put it all in OMI at the moment. Have you got
Yeah.
some OMI? Because they're
I,
tied together. So if immutable fails, OMI fails, basically at
yeah.
this point.
But Immutable got like new partnerships every day. They just,
Yeah, but that's still
um,
cheap, right? It's still relatively low
yeah,
cost for
very cheap.
the tokens. I don't know
So
why it hasn't gone up higher.
I interviewed Akil Patterson like a month ago, and he said he's only got Ethereum, OMI, and Immutable X. Those are the only three he has. Then he
They're
says
all
if he
tied
misses,
together though. So if something goes down, like if Ethereum goes down, the other two are down.
yeah. But I think I mean Ethereum's like the best altcoin. It's
Oh man,
yeah.
we haven't even talked about all my big mistakes yet. I used to trade Ethereum at $30.
Oh man, what
I
year was
didn't.
that?
I was horrible. 2017. I was not good at
Wait,
all.
Ethereum was $30 in
Yeah,
2017.
yeah.
Was it really?
I think I'm pretty sure it's 2017. Yeah, yeah. That or the year before. I'm pretty sure it's 2017. It was $30. So I was just trading that. I also traded Bitcoin when it was I don't know pretty cheap as well. And I did a lot of trading, and I just did not keep. I did not keep any of them. Like I said, I was mining Bitcoin. I mined Bitcoins all the time. I didn't keep. I sold them for like $300 to $500. My friend set up a Bitcoin mining. Like he had like a massive setup, like a
Yeah.
warehouse, and like I think it was 10 or 12 PCs or something, like all decked out with more, like 3 or 4 graphics cards. He spent like a whole bunch of money on it, and he was mining tons of Bitcoins, but his electricity cost was slightly higher than the amount of the Bitcoins were making, because Bitcoin was so low cost. So he was supposed to sell Bitcoin and then make a profit, because
Yeah.
Bitcoin back in the day used to like double in difficulty every few months. It was really quick. I think
Yeah.
now it's hit some sort of balancing point. Um, yeah, okay, we're supposed to be talking about IMEX. IMEX is awesome, definitely awesome.
Oh my God. So like a month before I deployed.
Okay, so yeah, January 2016 it was $1. Okay, yeah. So I was playing the next year, 2017, when it was $30. I think it was January or Feb 2017. It
Jesus.
was around $30. And I just $1,000 in there would have been pretty epic now.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I wasted some money. I use this app called Plus 500. If anyone's heard of it, it's just like a dodgy investor app where you trade, but it's inside their system. So if you don't sell within like 24 hours, your trade expires, and so you're forced to do all these trades
Yeah.
not based on actual time. So you have to do like really quick trades, and like I'm pretty sure it's their own data as well. So it's I can't remember the exact term, but it's their own data. So they can sometimes, like, it's based on the real data, but then they modify it a little bit to throw people off. Yeah, it's really weird stuff.
Oh, that's so
I,
strange.
I can't remember the name of it. It's like CBC or something. But yeah, don't use Plus 500.
Okay.
And it definitely, I didn't have any exchange accounts, but yeah, I know it's getting really late for you, so we better wrap up.
All right. So one more question before we go, because I know you got to get back to your kids as well. When outside of the Tesla Roadster, what is one thing that you want to do with some of your funds as OMI climbs higher and you can cash out?
So my wife and I are really into permaculture and like plants, and so we're actually going to build like a big, like 2 or 3 acre food forest. And so that's like, yeah, I didn't mention this one time so far, but I'm big into plants. So we have a ton of plants we're growing here, but we've just got a small property. We're going to get 2 or 3 acres and do like a full food forest, like permaculture food forest, which is like all the plants just sort of help sustain it. And so we can live off that. And we'll probably even like have like weekend workshops and stuff, have people come in and learn about it, because we're really into like nature and so living off the land. So that would be awesome if I can do that, and that would only be $2 or $3 million, so not much out of OMI
Oh,
when
that's
it's
great. Yeah.
when OMI's $1 or 50 cents or whatever. I might even do that next year. We'll see how it goes, but I definitely don't want to sell out too early.
Yeah, not same.
Hey Jay Hotaru, I don't know how you say that.
Jay Hotaru, I believe.
Hotaru,
Sounds like
yeah,
yeah, as a
makes more
Hotaru is
sense.
like an anime name.
Yeah,
We
that's
got
cool.
a bunch of weebs like
Ah,
myself here.
we don't have enough time because I'm big into anime as well. We'll have another chat sometime.
We
Yeah, I love
will,
anime.
because
Yeah.
I have to go over my love for
You
one
have any
Dragon
anime
Ball
on today?
Z. Do you have a wait? What's your sweatshirt?
This one is this is actually Monty Python.
Oh,
It's
okay.
John Cleese doing like the funny walk, but
Yeah.
in like Miyagi Do, like Karate Kid. Look, he's on like a
Have you
Karate
seen
Kid
the new
stick.
Cobra Kai stuff?
Yeah, I love it. I love Cobra Kai. It's awesome.
So
It's
I
really
have
good.
a
It's
horse.
better than the original movies. Like, it really is.
Oh, dude, it's so good. It's so good. I cannot wait like each year for like the next iteration. But yeah, I have horse
Yeah.
because I'm big into Fruits Basket. So I'm a big
Oh, that's
weeb.
awesome.
Yeah. Shirts on point. Hotaro's from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is
I'm
the
a
other one
dirt.
I've got. You probably can. So it just says entrepreneur like a million times. It's got like in different directions.
V.
Yeah. So um, yeah. So I was gonna say, have you watched One Piece? One Piece is awesome. That's what I'm going through now.
So that's one of those things. It would have been good for me to watch in the pandemic. It's just so long. It's
It
just
is.
such a big
I'm
undertaking.
not even halfway. I'm at 440 episodes or
Yeah.
something in, and there's like another 600 or something.
I need to rewatch Fairy Tale. I need to
Oh
rewatch.
yeah, I used to watch Fairy Tale. Yeah,
Oh, it's so good.
I don't know if I finished it. Like, there's so many animes. Did you watch Bleach?
I watched like the first 50 episodes.
Yeah,
After I kind
yeah,
of just fell off after that.
yeah. Bleach is
But-
pretty good. Unfortunately, all the animes you probably know, they have like filler sections, and those fillers are very easy to drop off on.
So
And so
I actually like filler.
You do?
Yeah. So here's like the weird. Everyone else is just like they say there's no point in certain movies. Like there's no point of like Toy Story 4 or it should have ended here. Like, but or like I don't like filler. But you're getting more of the characters. You're getting more story. You're getting more
Yeah,
interactions that you've
I
never
get
had
you.
before. And I love that. Like, why would you want less of your favorite characters in the world?
Yeah, I
Well,
fully get you. Yeah. So
yeah,
just sometimes I think like when you're in the middle of a really good story and they just go from that to like a random filler. Common Japanese name. Okay. Cool.
yeah.
Cool.
No, no,
Yeah. Yeah.
scroll.
I've watched a lot of anime as well.
We have to do this again
Yes,
at another point.
we
And
would.
we'll start going over anime stuff. It'll be Omi and anime. We'll do that in
Yes. Yeah. OMI anime marathon.
we'll do it in like a couple weeks or something. And then we'll go from there. But dude, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you so much for sharing.
No worries, Randy.
Um,
Thanks for having me on, man. I've been watching you for ages.
dude,
My wife laughs like a little mini man crush on you because your content's awesome and like your vibe is so authentic, and I think that's what everyone really gets. That you don't have too many filters as well, like which is good. You sort of speak your mind. You're not trying to put on any act, which is
yeah,
that's hard to get these days. A lot of people try and be too curated and like try and make everything look perfect, and that's not real life. And so
yeah. I actually my friend Justin Apple Pie, he's making videos for Hero right now. Like he's not working for him, he's just making them about them. And they're so good and they're so funny. And I part of me does want to put out videos like that. But the other part of me is like, well, that's getting gearing more towards entertainment than it is like information.
yes,
Um,
yeah.
and I
Not
just
just that, editing takes forever, man. Like I edit a lot of videos, and you spend like 4 hours editing like a 15-minute video.
oh, that seems horrible. That
Yes, it
seems
is horrible. Yeah, it's horrible. Like the end product can be pretty good. Like but I've spent tons of time editing videos. It's just if you do you know the average YouTuber spends like 8 hours on each video, like eight
no
hours
way.
editing. Yeah,
There's
all the ones with like 1 million subscribers. That's 8 hours to 10 hours per video, just editing, not even filming. And
oh
they
my
script it. They script a lot of their perfect lighting and like it's like it's that's the reason they get to like millions of subscribers. But
yeah,
it is
can't blame them.
it's a lot of work. Like it'll become like a more than a full-time job, and
Yeah,
that's why a lot of them burn out as well. Like because the way you're doing it is just throwing on the camera and talking, which I think is the best. Like that's my favorite sort of thing to watch.
yeah.
Um,
Um,
but yeah, we better wrap up. I know it's just like was it like
I
1 a.m. now for you?
yeah, almost like they keep people guessing with the Patreon member shout out. They're like, oh, what song is he gonna sing?
Yeah, I
So
love
that's
it. Yeah, no,
but
I'm subscribed to your Patreon too. Yeah,
yeah, oh yeah, I just saw that. Thank you. And then
no worries.
there's a yeah, it's very few chances I get to interview someone with 100 million OMI or more because that's a lot. Like that's
Yeah, outside you and me, I don't actually know anyone else that has it
oh,
myself. I mean,
I'm in two other whale groups.
yeah, yeah, it sounds like you've got a few.
But like so I've been asked by you're like the fourth person that's asked like hey, are there like invites open to those whale groups? And they're whales because they're OGs and the
Yeah,
OGs, I have the third least amount of OMI and they all spent like a fraction of what I spent because they got it
yeah.
in like 2020.
But it's crazy they're
But
not selling it. That just shows you something. Like something's
yeah,
going
it's
going
nuts.
well.
Oh, it's still, but it's life changing for all of them. Some of them
Yeah,
have sold a little bit.
yeah.
They're
That
just
makes
like,
sense.
yeah, because they more than 100x their money. They're like, all right, taking profit. I'm retiring. They're on vacation, and they still have like a billion OMI left. Like, so
That's
nuts.
awesome. That'll be yeah, that'll be awesome. When we get to like even 10 cents, we're gonna be all pretty set. No
Can't
worries.
wait.
Well, thanks for having me on. I'll let you
Yep.
go. I'm gonna get back to the kids. Yeah, see you
Cheers.
next time.
All right.
Cheers,
All right.
Randy.
Peace
Bye
out.
bye.
Bye. Yeah. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.